Yo, what is up, guys? And we are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And I don't even know if this constitutes a video, right? But I'm going to go ahead and give it my all here. What I want to do in this video today is go over all of the units that will have access to the 200% leader skill. So we're going to go ahead and just dive right in. So this is we're obviously starting with the Goku Gohan exchange unit. They, of course, are Goku's family and Super Saiyans category 170 to stats, and then 3 key, of course. And the extra 30% goes to Android and Cell Saga, which, believe it or not, the Android Cell Saga has quite a few units. I mean, that's a fair amount of units that have access just on this one piece of the leader skill, right? So currently, you guys can see, this is how, in case you're new to the game or you're not too familiar with how this works. So I go to full match here, and I'm on Super Saiyans and Android Cell Saga, and then we'll go ahead and select Goku's family and Android Cell Saga, and we'll go ahead and get the rest of the units on that leader skill, and then we'll go ahead and go over Cell's leader skill. So that's how you organize, how do you even say it? Organize the category filter, right? So these are the units. Now, some of these are certainly very dated units, and then some of them are not, right? So, for instance, like this, right? Super Saiyan Vegeta, this is just like a world tournament unit, right? Probably not going to be using him too much on the 200% leader skill, but you have the option if you deem it necessary. This guy, I think, is going to be incredibly interesting on the, not that guy, the 200% leader skill, right? So, also a badass sticker effect. This is a unit I don't find myself using too often, so this is Yardrat Goku, affectionately named, but Super Saiyan Goku. Now, the problem with this guy is Namek Goku released right after him, and even though we have the same name update, you can run them on the same team. It's like when you're team building for the Super Saiyans team, for instance, you don't want to be running 3 Super Saiyan Gokus. You're really limiting yourself to linking buddies. And after the link leveling update, linking is incredibly important, more important than it has ever been, right? More important than having support on your team. It's more important than everything. You want to have your units have good link buddies, which again harkens back to units like Mighty Mask and Videl, right? Those are where that kind of rears its ugly head where you can't find good link buddies, right? Now, obviously, this guy, we're not going to go over every single unit in depth, but a unit like this that has some really classic Namek Goku, or not Namek Goku, Super Saiyan Goku links, obviously is going to bode very well on the 200% leader skill. So you guys can kind of see the caliber of units here. I think this guy already has access on the JP side of the game, but over here on Global, he does not have access to the 200% leader skill because obviously he's not on Majin Vegeta's team. So this guy will have access to the 200% leader skill. If there are any units you guys want me to go over in depth on the 200% leader skill, let me know in the comments below. And again, we will go over Cell's leader skill, which I'm actually very, very excited for. I think that team could end up being a little bit more fun than this one, believe it or not, if you like using villain units. But this guy is still, I would say, relatively viable. You can't really run him in the Ultimate Red Zone, but in basically all other difficult content, he's at least usable, right? If you get him 3 stacks of his super attack or something, he's even good in Extreme Super Battle Road, but you never get to see this guy. There is some, scuttle about this guy potentially getting his EZA. I think it's certainly possible, and the reason why I would say that this is possible is I don't even know if this celebration was designed to be dropped right here. These might be the New Year's units. This is a completely different Dual Dokkan Festival. Maybe it's a unit that they had planned for next year. Some kind of units that they had planned. I don't really know, because I really do believe in my heart that this was the celebration that was designed for the drop of the movie Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So, again, just kind of going back to this, we can move on from that point, but certainly if he gets his EZA, it is possible. I guess where I was going with that is it is possible he gets his EZA if this was designed for a celebration that was next year or even New Year's, right, on JP. So he is certainly going to be an interesting option on the leader skill. We know this guy, he actually already has access to the 200% leader skill, Majin Vegeta's team, but he has access to another one, which is certainly a good thing. He looks pretty solid to me. I don't want to call him ridiculously good or anything. He's by no means as good as Prime Battle Frieza was on release, or even Prime Battle Goku was very good upon release, back when defense mattered less. and you could just watch these monster attack stats. And if they had, 180k defense, that was good enough. This guy still seems pretty good, and he's got a pretty good free-to-play leader skill as well, post-EZA. I don't think Global will be getting him at this point, but, we'll see. Who else? Oh, this guy, dude. This guy on the 200% leader skill, man, is going to be absolutely just sick nasty. Absolutely sick nasty. And you want to know what kind of screams out to me? So if we look at his transformation, after performing 6 or more attacks, remember, you can get this turn 5. There are some ultimate red zones where you can still, I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong here, or maybe at least in the future there will be some ultimate red zones where you can stun later on in the fights. I want to say it's Omega Shenron. Can't you stun the first couple of phases? It's at least phase 1. So getting to this guy, he can potentially do some stuff, right? He's got a great, a great chance performing a crit, guaranteed crit, right? Yeah, and then he has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy for 2 turns if you're using Android Cell Saga, right? So, but anyway, he's got access to the 200% leader skill. That transformation could be pretty interesting on the 200% leader skill. I don't know if I mentioned this in this take of the video. One unit I'm actually missing is the Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Vegeta, who I am, dude, if they don't put him on this banner, I've like lost faith in humanity, right? I need STR Super Vegeta, man. It's been long enough. I've been tortured long enough. I gotta have him in my box, at least 1 or 2 copies, man. So, but hey, on the bright side, you can completely meme it up and put this guy on the 200% leader skill. Super Vegeta, another unit who already had access to the 200% leader skill via Majin Vegeta, right? All right, so I think another unit that already had access, this guy could be very interesting post-EZA. Is he on Gifted Warriors? He is on Gifted Warriors, so he had access as well already. So this guy could be incredibly interesting with an EZA, right? He's like really good against Android's enemies. If they end up dropping like a Legendary Cell event, or if they end up dropping even just like an Infinite Dragon Ball History against a bunch of Cells or Androids, this guy gets a guaranteed crit. This guy's solid. I mean, even today's day and age doesn't have quite enough stats with his potential 200% to his stats buffs. But, dude, I mean, he's not exactly great, but after an EZA, man, he could be great for just like a rando banner unit. I would say, like, when he came out with the transforming Vegeta, man, they were like damn near comparable, because you couldn't ever get the final version of that transforming Vegeta, right? That was post-long event. So another unit, really interesting, Heart Virus Goku, of course. Now, my Heart Virus Goku is unfortunately only 55%, but he has max links, but he will have access to the 200% leader skill. We all know at this point, dude, the first 5 turns, this guy's like one of the best units in the game. Still, like to this day, even at 55%, he tanks an Extreme Super Battle Road Pure Saiyans, right? He is sick, nasty, man. I love that unit. Future Gohan, I know I'm kind of bouncing all over the map here. Future Gohan could be interesting. He gets 58% damage reduction when your HP is 58% or less. So if he's rocking, 200 on the 200% leader skill, let's just say hypothetically, post super attack, if he's rocking 250, 300k defense, I don't know if that will be the case or not, but with that damage reduction, he's going to be untouchable, man. And then when he gets to this character here, this guy has guaranteed just 58% damage reduction. Why have I not put a sticker on this guy yet? That's interesting. I need to put a sticker on him. Maybe if he gets an EZA at some point soon, I'll do it. But again, this guy can be sick nasty. This guy already has 58% damage reduction. And this is an oddly designed unit. This is a 2019 unit. So this is really, he's not really a modern unit anymore, but he could still be pretty solid, I would say. The Super Trunkses are on here, which this would bode very well if we end up getting an LR Super Trunks. This guy's pretty good, man. He's actually got a pretty good kit. He disables enemy guard. He gets additional defense for the first 10 turns. He gets a high chance of stunning for 1 turn when there's an ally whose name includes Vegeta. So obviously very, very good, especially if you're running that new banner unit Vegeta or, Majin Vegeta or whatever. And then, of course, the Fizz Super Trunks. He's really just like a beat stick unit, right? Key 4, attack and defense 200%. Disables guard, weakens regen. That regeneration is only good for STR Cell's Dokkan event, I'm fairly certain. This guy's going to be very good. I'll just tell you right now. He's going to be very, very good on the 200% leader skill, right? So we know he got his EZA even over here on Global. So that is very, very good. Gets the guaranteed crit against Wicked Bloodline. He gets extra attack and defense when you're up against Extreme Class. Oh, excuse me, only extra attack. Pardon me. When you're up against Extreme Class enemies. And he gets a high chance, 50% chance of critting. This guy's going to be really, really good. He's already pretty good, but on the 200% leader skill, I think he's going to be able to show out. And in terms of other notable units, I mean, Fizz Future Gohan for sure. He'll be on the other portion of the leader skill as well, which I think we should probably move on to the other portion of the leader skill. So let's go ahead and go to Goku's family. We'll see who else that kind of includes. I have not done like a test run of this, of like who else is going to be available. Do I have it on? Yeah, I need to get rid of Super Saiyans. Okay. So who else is on this leader skill? So no one really knew of note. So I guess you on the 200% leader skill, that could be pretty good, right? He was on the other portion too. No, he's Super Saiyan 2. He's not on Super Saiyans. So this guy could be interesting, right? Because he has this nuking passive, maybe this could actually put his attack numbers to like relatively normal, not normal, but like respectable heights. You know what I mean? You've got these new Dokkan Festival exclusives who are like the new Cell and the new, you know, Gohan, specifically when the Goku exchanges into Gohan. You know, like when they're shelling out like 9-10 million attack stats, man, without even trying. This guy, you got to get like a full field of orbs for him to do anywhere near that. So him on the 200% leader skill, I think is going to be really, really beneficial. So that is the kind of the Goku Gohan portion of the leader skill. Let's go ahead and move on to the Cell portion. All right, so here is the new Dokkan Festival Cell's 200% leader skill, at least a portion of it, right? So this is Androids and Android Cell Saga, which as you can see is we've got a pretty good cast of characters here. Again, I think there's some scuttle that this guy will be getting his EZA. I still think it's possible. Even though we're getting the STR Ultimate Gohan EZA, I certainly think it's possible. Again, I think that STR Ultimate Gohan, I'm really starting to think that he was designed for the drop of Dragon Ball Super Hero. Because it would make much more sense for them to drop a unit who fits on the 200% leader skill. That would make sense to me, but, you know, Dokkan kind of does what they want anyway. But again, it's still possible in part 2. Maybe we get an LR EZA. And maybe this guy is it, right? Because remember, we got LRB Pan's EZA last year. So maybe it'll be a free-to-play LR. JP is getting the Prime Battle Vegeta. I think I mentioned that already. But they will be getting his. I don't know if Global will be getting his or not. We'll see how it goes. This guy, I actually quite like his super attack effects. They need to be updated a bit, right? Causes colossal damage to enemies, recovers 10%. He needs to at the very least raise defense or raise attack and defense, and then recover maybe 15% HP. And then if we go to his Mega Colossal, just greatly raising or massively raising attack and defense for one turn. Again, on the 200% leader skill, him and him, man, that could still be a nasty combination. We will see how it goes, at least for like Super Battle Road. And again, the scuttle goes that this guy could potentially be getting his EZA as well. I don't. If I were betting money, if I were a betting man, which I'm not really, but if I were a betting man, I would bet against Cell and Gohan getting their EZAs. But again, considering the time slot of where these were kind of worked out, I don't know. I really, really don't know. It is possible that this guy gets his EZA. If he does, man, dude, get the fuck out of his way, especially when he gets to this guy. This guy's still good, man. I don't care what you say. Number one, he gives you a full heal. And I actually get this pretty often. More often than you guys would think. I get 30% HP or less. And I get this fairly often in difficult content. I still use him on like no item runs and stuff like that. He's still very useful. Now, his kit is a bit outdated, right? He needs a little bit more. But he's still really, really solid, right? And I would wager that they probably wouldn't change the active skill effect, but he ends up getting Revival. And what does he have instead of Revival? I forget. Let's go ahead and look. Gentleman. Yeah, that's a good swap, although Revival's not the best link ever. But again, Cell could be very interesting on the 200% leader skill. This unit here, 19 and 20, and let's just go ahead and this is the one I'm really excited about. I had someone on Twitter, I don't know who it was, and even if I did, I wouldn't name you. But I had someone on Twitter who said that Majin Vegeta, Dokkan Fest Majin Vegeta, quote, shits on the androids. Shits on the androids. You want to know what that tells me is he's like doubly or triple is better. Triple, 3 times as good as the tech androids, right? I'm telling you what, man. You watch people's opinions change of the tech androids real quick on the 200% leader skill. Y'all watch, dude. They do things that no other unit in the game does. So, number one, we know that they are an orb changer, which certainly they orb change. Other units orb change, right? They can technically triple super. They nullify, guaranteed nullification of Ki Blast supers. Even AGL Ginyu can't do that. He doesn't nullify anything, right? What else do they do? They get a ridiculous 80% defensive buff when you get 8 Ki Spheres, and it makes them godly untouchable defensively. They get an additional rainbow Ki Sphere, or they get an additional Ki with rainbow Ki Spheres. Like, dude, they do a lot. They do a lot. Even on a 170% leader skill, man, they're pushing the limits. They're like 8 million attack stats, and they're like 500k defense and shit. Like, they are crazy, dude. I cannot wait to see them on a 200% leader skill, and people's opinions are going to change real quick. So remember, again, that they are nullifying Ki Blast supers, which is very common. Evolution Blue Vegeta, Ki Blast super, right? Some of the most difficult enemies in the game. Hi, Broly, AoE Broly, Ki Blast super, right? AoE Broly in the red zone is a Ki Blast super unit. This guy, they completely nullify his damage, dude. Are you kidding? Anyway, I'll get off of my my pedestal there, but dude, I think they're going to be really good, and they are going to turn some heads. Mark my words. So, this is Dr. Gero in Android 19, or Gero, I guess if you're a snob, right? So they do a lot, right? So they recover HP when they on super attack, and they raise attack and defense. They have a Ki Blast nullification that they actually gain HP from it, which is ridiculous. They get 39% of the damage absorbed as HP. Ridiculous ability, right? They do provide the androids category allies Ki 3 attack and defense 40%. Kind of some wacky links there, energy absorption, Red Ribbon Army. It doesn't really matter, right? And they are only on 5 categories. Power absorption is one of them, right? So they're going to fit in on both portions of the Cell leader skill. This is only androids, so we'll go over power absorption here in a few. I think basically it's going to be all the same units. This unit right here needs all the help it can get. Need I say more? They need an EZA more than almost anyone on this team, right? If they got an EZA, even instead of LR Fizz Cell, man, that would help out that would help out the androids team so much, right? Who else really of note, right? I don't even really know. Who else is really even good? Oh, the LR free-to-play androids, man. They are really good. They're showing out like 7 million attack stats and very high defensive numbers. Even at a 170 when you're up against superclass enemies, right? So they could be very nasty on the leader skill. So let's go ahead and check out. I think we've covered basically everyone we need to cover. No one else of any true note there. So let's go ahead and check out. And now I need to find power absorption, right? Oh boy. I found it. Wow, right away. That almost never happens. So again, these are the same units that were already on there. That's no surprise, right? So LR First Form Cell, if he gets his EZA, that could be interesting, right? I don't know that he is or isn't. Probably he's not. I don't think they'd EZA 2 Prime Battle units in the same celebration. That would be whack. This guy is actually pretty solid, I would say, for a support unit. Unfortunately, he's only buffing Extreme Class, but guess what? All of the units on here are Extreme Class, except for like 2 of them or something, right? So this is very good. So, yeah, they're buffing Android Cell, Saga, Allies, only Extreme Class, Ki 3 attack and defense 40%. Second Form Cell, that Second Form Cell is pretty damn good. Who else am I really missing? I mean, if they gave this guy an EZA, he could be interesting too. But guys, I mean, that's really it. This guy's kind of an interesting support unit. He'll benefit from some beefed up stats, right? I mean, he can still be run, just not in like, not the ultimate red zone or anything. But let me see if I'm missing anyone. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Android Cell Saga, power absorption. Yeah. Oh, no. I did it wrong. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. So let me go down to androids. That's what I need to do. Hold on. All right, we're good. I thought I completely did this video just completely wrong, but we are good. I'm not missing anyone here. So one unit I am missing, one of the only LRs I do not have, one of 2, I believe at this point, because I just pulled Tapion and Minosha. I do not have LR Super 17, and I do not have LR Broly, Chilai, and Lemo. So just keep in mind that Super 17 will be on the 200% leader skill because he's power absorption and androids, right? So Super 17 is wonky, but certainly a stat buff to him is going to make him very, very good. He can still reach like 350k defense and shit like that. I'm talking about the LR, of course, not this trash unit. And that, of course, would go for Super 17, the Dokkan Festival exclusive. Again, you know, him building up damage reduction, I believe he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. You know, some increased stats on this guy is going to be very, very good. And if they fit on target Goku, right, he's going to actually provide a crit chance to some of these units. So another unit going to benefit from some stats, right? This guy's borderline ready for an EZA. But when this guy's fully built up, if he is Fusion 13, if he turns into this guy, he's like 300k defense. He's shelling out guaranteed crits against Goku. This guy can be, I think, pretty good on the leader skill. I really do. I think that he, again, benefiting a lot from a stat buff, right? He's going to be shelling out better offensive and defensive numbers. You know, shocker, right? He's going to be a lot better. First form Cell, we already kind of went over. He could be interesting with an EZA. Right now, he's kind of just not really anything special. He's got flat buffs. So he's doing additional attack if the, you know, opponent is an attack down. I have him at full level 10 links. He is a Big Bad Bosses unit too. So he could be interesting, right? She's Big Bad Bosses, yes? She is. So this gal right here could be very, very good, especially if she gets to this portion right here. So she infinitely stacks attack, lowers attack and defense, right? She could be very, very nasty, right? I think she could be really good on this 200% leader skill, right? And then we'll go ahead and who am I missing? I mean, no one else really of note. I mean, this guy, you know, the other Fusion 13s are just trash at this point. Maybe if she gets an EZA, we'll talk. But guys, that's basically it. I mean, in a nutshell, these are all of the units that you're going to be able to use on the 200% leader skills. So let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. Sorry, it's like 22 minutes. What are you going to do? Slap a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you happen to be new. I love all of you guys. Thank you for the support. It means the world. And I will catch you in the next one. Later.